Welcome back to Sunday Chirps, episode 11, here with Max and myself, presented by Bad Birdie. We got an epic episode today. Going to go through round one of NHL playoffs and then jump right into round two. Just started. Each team's played one game. Uh, before we get started, Max, how's everything going with you? What you been up to?
Not much. Just a good weekend. This weekend coming up, got some friends coming up to school, and very close to graduating. Down to 2 weeks left. Sad thing. What
It's a
about you?
bittersweet,
It
bittersweet.
is bittersweet.
No, on my end, been pretty crazy between work and hockey. I've been at the ice rink probably like 50 hours this week. And that's not even my full-time job. Um, had a tournament this weekend. It was like a little 4v4 jamboree kind of thing. Coached a bunch of teams, from 10U all the way up to 16U. So that was
Mhm.
exciting. And then this week was tryouts. So it's been just a madhouse at the
Uh,
rink.
that's insane. Yeah, that's gonna be a packed weekend at the rink, just all around.
So we finished the three heavy days. It's now Thursday. I have 8U tryouts tonight. I gotta pick my roster. I think I'm going 8 players and a goalie because it's 4v4 now. So I'm excited. But yeah, before we kind of dive into the episode, it's brought to you by Bad Birdie. If you're out in the golf links, if you just want like a comfy polo, a good hat, just high quality, high performance athletic apparel, Bad Birdie's the way to go. So go to badbirdiegolf.com for 15% off. Use code Jared15. That is JARROD 15. And yeah, let's jump right into the recap of round one. Definitely not what I expected. I think we went 5 for 8 on our picks for the series
Yeah,
lead, which I'd say is
solid.
not terrible.
Yeah, it's solid. We got the whole West right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. 4 for 4 in the West. Um, Kind of totally missed with the East, but I think what is there 4 series now? 4 series
Yeah.
in round two.
hmm
If we go 3 for 4 with our picks, I think that'd be very impressive. So before we get into our picks, let's go through round one. Start off with the Panthers and Bruins. You want to start us off, Max?
Shocking series all around. Um, President's Trophy curse hits once again, and I, I mean it's just crazy situation that you see with in playoff hockey. And would you like to touch more onto that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes to show. Well, there's a couple of factors I think that came into play. I think injuries is a big factor,
Yeah,
but does the regular season mean anything? Like, I mean, as far as placement goes, but doesn't mean shit once you get to the playoffs.
it's a fact. It doesn't. And as you see from the Bruins and from the Rangers, I mean, if you had on paper, you can look as good as you want, but once you get on that ice and start putting, I mean, you got to show some effort and heart out there. That's what
And
the
I think
Panthers
too,
did.
with the
So
injuries, Um, like Bergeron shouldn't have played in game 82. I think they should have rested him. He wasn't fully healthy. It wasn't even like a load management thing. Was
yeah,
playing a little bit injured. And then come playoffs, Olmark and Swayman, they've been switching all year, two top like five goalies probably, like according to analytics. And I don't think you should necessarily keep that on and off switch, but they went in. I think Kevin Weeks released some tweets saying that how Olmark was hurt
hmm
and that he was just like had a debilitating injury where he just wasn't able to react the same. So I don't know how you don't play Swayman, who's also a sick goalie, and Olmark has no playoff experience. So it's not like he had like a ton going in besides an unreal regular season. So I think you put Swayman in after game two, after that loss, you put him in. It's not going to shake up Olmark, but I don't know. And even still, you put him in after they're up 3-1, and like Swayman's going to get one win out of the next 3 games. So I think that was a coaching error. But
yeah. Once again, we touched on this last week about how playing two goalies during the regular season could hurt you in the playoffs. I mean, it's hard to do both, and like to like because like the other goalie's just looking over his shoulder, like, am I gonna get pulled now? Like after giving up his fourth goal, it could be like a 4-2 game, and they're like, all right, I'm coming out now, right? Because
Yeah.
you always just probably are looking over your shoulder, like I'm probably done now.
And even with injuries too, like if Omar's
Yeah.
not 100%, you gotta put Swayman in. There's no reason. There's
Yep.
not. I just don't get that. I think that's
I
what cost
mean,
him the series.
yeah. I mean, he's the Vesna goalie. That's probably why. I'm guessing. You always want to go with your Vesna boy. I mean, we went with Igor last year, and he rode us all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals.
But Igor wasn't hurt.
Yeah, it's true.
I think injury just like, would you rather a 60% homework? That's basically like a
Even even
28 goalie.
90%. Yeah, even like 90% Allmark and 100% Swayman. I mean, you would still probably go to Swayman for that because
That's what I'm
Swayman,
saying.
he's been playing great all year.
Yeah, that's
They
not a.
Yeah, they collapsed. They just simply collapsed, and they gave Florida too many opportunities this series to just take advantage, and they did. I mean, that's exactly they learned from last year getting swept. They were like, all right, we know how to play in the playoffs now.
Yeah, I mean that, and also just it was once they're up 3-1, it's like, oh, we're gonna win one of these games. It's
Yeah,
like we don't have to do anything, and then Matthew Kachuk is just firing up the boys. They go in, they're like they got nothing to lose. They're just full sending.
yep,
I know Montour played out of his mind. Kachuk played out of his mind. Verhege. This team's deeper than I think we had spoken about. Sam
yeah,
Bennett.
very
Um,
deep.
Bobrovsky woke up. And you know that bad motherfucker, Radko Gudas, he's a fucking weapon out there. He's not going to get you the goals, but he's a
No,
bastard to play against.
a defensive defenseman. That's what you need in the playoffs. Sometimes you need to find your role and just stick to it. And he hits hard too.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was
Hit
an,
hit. Yeah, that was a great series all around.
yeah, cool to see. So let's jump forward to the next series. We got Oilers and Kings. Another, I mean, if the Kings didn't get eliminated by the Oilers in this one, I think they could have made a run.
Yeah,
Just a tough first round matchup for both teams. Then in 6 or 7, I forget.
I think 6.
So no, I mean the Oilers look really good. I mean that
They
dynamic
do.
duo, that's special.
It is. And they got hurt going on the penalty kill. I mean, with the Kings a couple times. And that could truly like affected them because like once McDavid and Drysdale get like a little bit of room, I mean, there's no stopping their shot. Basically, they're just skating out there for free.
Yeah, no, that team, you just can't take penalties against that team.
No,
So you give up a power play, you give up 2 power plays, you know one's going to go in at least. So, I mean, and you got Evan Bouchard playing out of his mind. I don't even know what his stats were, but I know he like was on the verge of breaking some records in that first round. Evander Kane's woken up. Yamamoto is buzzing. I mean,
Hyman.
forget Hyman, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins. Look, and Stuart Skinner woke up. I think we said this a few weeks ago. If they got the goaltending, they're going to be a scary team to play against.
They are. They will be. Who is their backup too? They have like a really good backup that they were gonna
Jack
split.
Campbell,
Oh yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, Campbell.
but
Sue.
he's shaky in playoffs.
Yeah, he is. And we saw with the Leafs last year.
So no, I mean good series, no
Great
complaints.
series. I mean,
Um,
this is another problem with that playoff format right there because these two teams should just be fighting like one another this round. Like this should be this round's playoff matchup.
you mean second round,
Not a
right?
yeah, not a first round matchup. Like
I agree.
that is built for a second round matchup, third round matchup.
Yeah. And then that kind of brings us to our next series. We got Jets versus Vegas, a much different series.
Yeah,
Gentleman sweep. But you know what? In the Jets defense, literally, Morrissey was hurt. They're missing so many players. They weren't their team. Hellbuck kind of wasn't playing his Vesna style play.
yeah,
And ultimately they just were not the better team. And 5-1 seems like I mean losing in 5 was just when you don't have your team, that's what happens. And the
yeah.
leadership too. You take away what is it, Blake?
It was it Shifley?
No, Mark Scheifele played well. Their captain last year. They stripped away the C, and he's still playing, and that just kind of got to be a
Wheeler.
mental. Yeah, Blake Wheeler. That's got to be a mental head case for them. So I think they got some work to do in the offseason. Probably gonna
Yeah,
move some stuff around.
but
Uh,
they have a great core to like start building on. Like guys like Morgan Barron and like guys like him are going to be like really like key to them. Like John Morrissey's really going to be key next year. I feel. I mean, he could probably win the Vezina next year. I mean, not the Norris next year.
yeah. No, Josh Morrissey's sick. I mean, Kyle
Yeah,
Connor's gonna be good. Shifley. I mean, like if they stay, like I think Blake Wheeler is still. He's got that veteran talent, and
yep,
I think he's gonna go somewhere where there's a cup chance. And I don't know where that'll be. That might be like a Devils thing. I guess we'll make our hot takes after the season.
yeah,
But
we will.
um, no, I mean that. I think that's kind of a clean and simple series. Any last
Yeah,
thoughts?
no, it was very clean. I Vegas is just overpowering them, and they just have a lot of star power right now that they just got from the trade. I mean, injury list. It's just
Yeah,
like what happens.
no, I agree.
Rest your players, and you'll have success.
Yup. And then kind of jumping forward to the Carolina versus Islanders series. Um, I think this actually was one of the better series.
Yeah,
Back and forth the whole time. I don't know. What were your thoughts?
it's still a snooze fest watching the Islanders. I can't stand their games, but I mean, it that's just how playoff hockey is. Like you should be like fighting for one or two goals and like trying to claw your way to win like 2-1. But like that's just not how you win some playoff games. Like sometimes you need to score like a 5-1 game and dominate. Like that's just not how the Islanders play. And honestly, I thought this whole time they shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. But what are you gonna do? They made it somehow, and they got a first round exit.
Yeah, I mean, what's his name? Sorokin still played out of his mind. I
Yeah.
think that's a big part of why they're in the series
Mm-hmm.
because Canes are injured. I mean, that's another reason too why they're in it. I mean, missing Teravainen, I think Aho and
Svechnikov.
oh, sorry, not
Um.
Aho, Svechnikov and Max Pacioretty, like those are three dominant players, and the snooze fest of the Islanders, Barzell was nowhere to be seen. Bo
Yep.
Horvat had maybe 1 point. Um, and look, your fourth line might have been your best line, and that's just not like acceptable. You're supposed to have that fourth line complement your team, and the
Yeah.
Islanders do a great job with that. And they're a great fourth line. I don't want to take them down by any means, but you need to have three lines in front of them. Otherwise, you're going to get bounced in the first round.
Yeah. You
That's what
are
happened.
Engvall, right? That's like that was a big score of the series.
Engvall, I think Clutterbuck pretty well. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Brock
he did
Nelson, they got
well.
a good series too. Um, and did you see the game winning goal in OT to push him to the next series? It was old man Stastny from like below the goal line, the little like saucer at Sorokin. I mean, look, I didn't
He's
think they were
been
going to be
doing
done.
that. He's been doing that though. That's Paul Stastny.
Yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is. That series is over. I love watching their penalty kill. The Carolina penalty kill, they do the man coverage, and they're just buzzing out there. It's so sick.
Yeah, you love that penalty kill. I
I
mean,
mean,
it
it's
worked. It's
yeah.
working.
So before we jump to the next series, the Kraken Colorado, we had posted a TikTok the other day about how Iowa hockey's on the rise, and like there's like some good junior hockey developing in the Midwest, and
Yep.
someone commented on the TikTok. I was like, "Oh, Minnesota's a bigger hockey state than Iowa," and I was like, "Well, no shit, Minnesota's a bigger hockey state than Iowa." I just want to put Iowa on the map that like they're starting to come up and
Yeah.
there's some hockey there besides just
Yeah, I know.
potatoes or farms.
Yeah. Literally. I mean, I thanks for the obvious. Thank you, Captain Obvious, for that.
But I thought that was funny. I just wanted to bring that up briefly. And now let's dive right into the Kraken Colorado. I think sheer surprise among the entirety of NHL fans. You want to
Oh
start with
yeah.
that?
That's just an insane series. Like I am shocked by this one. I did not think Seattle would. I mean, it would probably. I thought Avalanche probably in like five, but like they just came out firing. Like they are ready to go for these playoffs. I mean, good for them. And I mean, it's good. They have a lot of young guys too. I mean, this could be good for their future, even though they're a brand new franchise.
Yeah, I mean, they came out buzzing. I think they have some key players, and I kind of like that they don't have a true all-star. I think
Yeah.
they have a bunch of like really solid players, and they have some depth there where you could kind of just roll like three to four lines and the job gets done.
Yep.
I think the big thing for them was they got some goaltending. I think it was Grubauer has been
Yeah.
playing
Grubauer
pretty
has been
solid.
eating. I love him.
So that I think was the biggest key piece for them. Um, but yeah,
Oh,
no, they're rolling.
Bjorkstrand has been playing amazing, right?
Yes, and McCann was hurt. He got hurt off that Kale McCarr Sussy.
Yeah. And then he came back.
But yeah, no, I mean, look, they're buzzing. Beniers is leading that pack. They've
Yep.
got a bunch of solid players, and I think in this stage in the NHL, yes, you have those all stars, but if you have three to four lines of players that can play real solid hockey, that will get you the cup. Because
Yep.
if your key player gets hurt or suspended, like what do you do? So
Literally. I mean, there's literally not much you can do, and I mean, you got to give them credit where credit's due. I mean, they're just playing as a team right now, and like they're showing heart, like they want to win this, and it's
exactly,
really shocking, and like I'm happy for it. Like this is what the NHL probably needed right here.
new market too.
Yeah.
It definitely helps.
Did you see viewership is like up on everything now
I was gonna
this
say it was
year?
like the best round one ever. I think.
Yeah, it's good for them. I mean, they
No,
also switched to TNT and ESPN, where literally everyone has access now instead of NHL Network or something else. But still, that's cool to see.
definitely. And with the viewership stuff too, totally off topic, and this could be taken out of context horribly, but at the tournament this weekend, like there was a bunch of like puck bunnies, bunch of girls coming out to watch these guys play. I think it was like 14U and 16U. I mean, the dads were like looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with these people coming? It's like 10:30 and these 14-year-old girls are dressed like hookers. Like I don't understand like it's like what outfit lost that one? They're just wearing these provocative outfits. They have so much makeup, they look like clowns. But you know
It's what
what? They're
it's what
coming
hockey
out to see
players do.
hockey.
Yeah, it's what hockey players do right there.
So I thought that was funny. A lot of good talent too at the games, at the tournament.
Good, good.
So it'll be good to see.
Wait, why is it 4v4?
It was just kind of like so
Was
my
it just for
buddy,
fun?
yeah, my buddy basically tryouts for this week, so we ran a tournament. He runs tournaments like every couple months, and he'll
Mm,
have like just invite out players to come by and play. Just kind of get the legs going. It's like a fun tournament, 4v4. You play like I think it's like 25-minute games, like running
that's not
clock.
bad at all. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad.
You got like I think like 9 players and a goalie, 10 players and a goalie, and you just get the legs going. You play 3 round robin games and then semifinals and finals and like it's like 5 hours. You get in there, have some fun and I don't know. I would love to do that. I think
I
I
would
wish
love to do that. That sounds
we could
fun.
have played. There was a junior level too, like 18 and up that we could have
Future
played
time.
in.
Futures.
There were some sick players. There's a kid going to there was 3 players in the USHL there.
Oh my
Um
god.
so one kid they're all like Florida kids and one's playing two are playing up in Connecticut for a Norwalk team and another one I can't remember. And then there's one kid he's like, yeah, like I just got drafted to the New Jersey Titans, but they just traded his rights over to Fairbank. So he's going to Alaska.
Oh, that's so brutal. All the way from Florida too.
I know, it's like as far as you could go, I think.
It
But
literally is.
the cool thing with the Alaska though, is since they're so far away from the other teams, or not cool, they do like a 3 week road trip. So they'll go and play like a lot of teams when they go. So at least you're not like just like,
Yeah, you don't have to travel back and forth from Alaska. That's definitely not fun.
and they get to fly too.
Yeah,
Whereas like the
most teams
Florida
take the bus.
teams, yeah, the bus you have to bus all the way like, dude, the USHL you're busing from like say like you're Tampa, you're busing to Boston.
Oof, that is so brutal. I guess
Yeah, I mean,
it's fine when you're with all the boys, but like, oh, it's still so brutal. I mean, even taking a car ride to that is brutal.
yeah, that's like a 20-hour drive, if not
Yeah, it
more.
is. On a
I know.
bus, it's definitely more.
Speaking of long drive too, so we actually just the recruiting in Florida for hockey is pretty wild too. There's only one tier one team, so
Hmm.
like the double A teams really try hard for the players. So the team I coached, the 14U, this guy Mike, our coach, he just
Hmm.
recruited the shit out of these 14-year-olds. So he's got this stacked double A team, like the best in the state, he thinks. And there's a handful of kids coming from Tampa to play for us, and they're just renting a place, and practices are Monday and Tuesdays, so they just come down Monday after school and stay over. They're renting a place, these couple kids, just
That's
to come
pretty.
down and play hockey.
That's sick, though. I would love that.
Oh,
That's
for
fun.
sure. But imagine driving 3 hours every
Yeah, I
week,
know. Oh, that's so
and
brutal.
they're renting a whole separate apartment or house just to come play hockey. Oh, and that doesn't even bring up Tier 1 hockey. Guess how much it costs to play Tier 1 hockey for the one team in Florida per year?
A ballpark. I'll do over under. I'll do over like 10K.
Way over.
Wow, that's insane.
I think tuition, forget travel. So it's 22,000 I think a year to
I
play,
was gonna say 20K.
and that doesn't
Yeah, just
include travel. So think you're the only Tier 1 team in Florida. That means every game is out of state except for home games.
yep.
So they're flying to Chicago, flying to California, New York, Boston.
But
So you're just
that's why it's 20K right there. I mean, you're paying for all those flights and stuff probably. Is it not
mm-mm,
included? Oh
does not
my
include it.
god.
It's another. I spoken to someone who their kid played. They said they spent another like 35, 40K on travel. Could you? That's 50,000 plus dollars for your kid to play travel hockey for the year, just for the year.
And you don't even know if these I mean they're playing Florida hockey too. You don't even know if like these kids are going to the NHL right here. I mean they
Could
might
you
get
imagine
selected.
investing like that? Who can afford 50,000 a year
Don't know. For just one travel team.
for one kid? Imagine having two kids,
I
100K a
know.
year.
On the same team.
I guess on
What
the same team, travel will cost less, but if they're on different teams, they're screwed. Just
that is.
insanity.
Alright, do you want to jump back?
Yeah, let's jump back on that Tampa vibe. They actually play in Tampa, but
Oh good.
Tampa Leafs. Break us down, Max. What do you got?
Wow. I mean, this is just the Toronto curse finally broken. I mean, you just wish that. Congrats to Toronto. A lot of success in the future I could see with them too. I mean, past this round, I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
they're a very solid team all around.
no, I agree. I think Samsonov stepped up big time. He's actually playing some goalie, so that looks good. They got two really good lines that are just flying up and down the ice. Got some good D, some veteran
Yep.
experience. I think they're starting to get chirped. Like even if you get out of the first round, like that was like the big first step. But I mean, no cups since I think '67, so they're not totally out of getting chirped.
No,
Um,
they're not.
if you get beat up by the Panthers and lose in the second round, I don't even know if getting on that first round is an argument anymore. Because if you get pigeon tossed out of the second round by wild card two team, um, look, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. No Stanley Cups, that'd still be an argument. So Toronto fans, look, huge step in the right direction,
Yes,
but your
huge.
journey's a long way from over. And I don't even think you're the best Canadian team. I think Edmonton's a lot better than you.
Yeah, I think Edmonton's better. I do too. No, it's close with that. I mean, that would be great Stanley Cup matchup.
That'd be
Definitely,
crazy.
that would be insane in Canada. They would be actually having riots in the streets.
And Toronto is hated by everyone else. So
Yeah, I know.
every Canadian fan will root for Edmonton.
Everyone else. Um, but yeah, they're solid. They need Samsonov to play well. It seems like. I mean, they could say now that they won past this round, but like they still are acting like they won the cup, and like there's so much to go. Like as you said, like this is just round one. Like you still have to get through the next like two, right? There's still two more rounds.
Yeah, it's
after
round
this.
two, then round
Then the
three.
championship, then the Stanley,
Yeah,
Eastern Conference Finals, and Western, and then Stanley.
yeah. And on the Canadian thing too, there hasn't been a Canadian Stanley Cup victory, not like Montreal Canadiens, but any Canadian
Yeah,
team since '93.
yeah, it's been a long time.
So what's that, 30 years ago? Oof.
Canadians are coming.
Yeah. So think that kind of covers it. I think Tampa had a great
Yep.
run. I mean, look, they've
Yeah,
been
they
so
did.
dominant for so long.
They
They're
need
missing key
rest.
players. They need
Yeah,
rest. That's true. They've been
that's what they.
playing oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
They've been playing like a season and a half every year. So I bet their players are just gassed and they just need a break.
Yeah,
And just they were injured, so good for
yeah.
Toronto.
I don't think Pat Maroon has taken a year. Been off in what is it, May? I don't think he's been off in May in probably 4 years now, right?
Since 2018, I don't think.
I mean, that's just insane what he's doing. What a
Yeah.
player.
No, definitely. And Toronto got outplayed too in that
Yeah.
series. They just found a way to get it done. And I don't want to, I'm not talking down on Toronto. I'm just calling it as I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And look,
Yeah.
they better step up for this next round. I don't care who it is. I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's the Panthers, but
Well, Panthers are not
Panthers
to
are
be messed
buzzing.
with. They're not to be messed with right now. As we talked about, they are deep.
All right, you ready for the painful one?
Ah, the worst series.
So Pasha had it
Worst.
right. The Devils beat the Rangers.
Screw him.
Yeah, fuck Pasha. But yeah, you kind of want to start us off. What are your thoughts?
Um, I thought that the Rangers just didn't show any heart. We were clearly the better team on paper. I mean, by a margin. We just showed zero heart throughout this entire series. I mean, maybe those first two games. I mean, they just seemed like they were like not ready yet. And then once we got to game three, it was just a crazy jump that you saw. Like we were like a step behind them. Like I just noticed it. Like you could just see it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like with the Bruins too. They got complacent. I think
Yeah.
you win those first two games, which first of all, 5-1 wasn't really a true um, explanation or analysis of the game.
No.
It really wasn't. It was some power play goals. 5-on-5, we really did not look good. We did not look
No.
like the better team. I mean, the first two games we looked like the better team, but only because Devils looked horrible.
Yeah,
So
they
we
were
just
making
looked a
so many
little,
mistakes. They were making
yeah.
way too many.
And honestly, like the Devils, what I thought one of the big reasons I thought the Rangers were going to win was because of that veteran experience and the strong power play. And after game two, they got complacent. We didn't have a power play goal for so long. I think we went like 1 for 15 to finish the
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, they
So
started to figure it out.
if you don't convert on the power play, and actually, I think in game 5 or 6, we had a negative rating on the power play, which
Yeah.
is just unacceptable.
I
Didn't
mean,
deserve it.
yeah, the first two games they're looking for Kreider in front, and then game three they just decide to switch it to Mika. Like, why? I mean, you just won 5-1 back-to-back games, and now you just decide to switch the power play over to Mika. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. What like was going through their heads there? I mean, that's why hot take Gallant might be on the hot seat, but honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's another coaching issue too, where it's like, why you like if it ain't broke, why are you changing it? The
Yeah,
same way Monty with the Bruins, he switched Bergeron and Marchand, he split them up. Why are you gonna flip flop this? Like they've been playing together for years. You know it works. Don't
the
change it.
whole year. Like, what? Why change it now? Like, it's working. Like, do what works always.
Yeah,
Keep it simple. And I mean, the Rangers just showed zero heart those last like two games. They just had nothing. Either nothing in the tank left, or just were like giving zero effort. Like I just don't get it. Like we
yeah.
were losing every puck battle to them. I don't remember us winning a single puck battle in the zone, like forechecking.
They didn't
Like they
want
were,
it.
yeah, they
No.
were just. I know, like the Devils are just jumping on us. Like they're gonna take advantage. They're a great team. Like I mean, all credit to them. But like we need to win games like that. Like that is a series you need to win to get past. I mean, we would probably give the Canes a great series too.
Yeah. No, I mean it's tough. It is what it is. I mean, I'm
You
going to
can't.
try. I was like at the tryouts, and it's like I'm scouting like the players, like seeing what we want to pick. And I'm like our head of goalie development is Anthony Brodeur, Marty Brodeur's son. So we're just like watching the game. I'm like, he's like, let's go Devils, and I'm rooting for the Rangers, and just tough luck for me.
Actually give the crazy banter. I would be
Yeah,
actually
he said he
like.
went. Oh, go ahead.
Did he talk about Sean Avery?
No, but he went to the games for game 4 and 5, and he said the Garden, like he watched the game obviously for game 3, and he said
Yeah.
the Garden was dead in game 3, but for game 6, he said the Garden was buzzing. It was an electric factory.
I mean,
So
you have to pay like $2,000 to even sit anywhere near the ice, and this is like the effort they show us. Like, why would anyone pay for that? I mean, it's just insane. I mean, Kreider talked about it. I saw it was like, we letting them down, but like, and then they show up the next game and they do nothing for Game 7.
yeah, and as much as I hate Islanders fans, I feel like that barn is always. I mean, it smells like pure piss, beer, and cigarettes, but
That's
they're
a hockey
rowdy
game.
motherfuckers.
That's a hockey game right there.
So, yeah, any last thoughts before we jump to the round two?
No, I can't talk about the Rangers anymore. Congrats to
Yeah.
the Devils. I hope you get spanked by the Canes.
So now let's jump to round two, but real quick, if you haven't already, please hit the follow button on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, like our videos if you can, and leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple. It really helps the algorithm. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but if you do that, that goes a long way. And now we've got round two.
Yeah.
Start off hot. South Florida, baby. The Panthers and the Leafs. Max, you want to start us off?
Should I give my prediction first? Do you want that?
Yeah, give your prediction.
Okay. What did I say? I said Panthers in 7, right?
No, you said Toronto in 7.
Oh, Toronto. Yeah. Honestly, I do see Toronto winning this. I mean, it was a shaky game 1 if you watched. Um, but they are just like a better team, I feel, than the Panthers. I mean, they're both very deep teams, but like I think that the Leafs are just a little bit more deeper and like can pull it out some way. What do you think?
I think one of the things is Bob's back. Bobrovsky's
Yeah,
back. Um, Look, I mean, if Bobrovsky plays Bobrovsky hockey, then I think the Panthers are gonna win. It's kind of like if Samsonov gets complacent and goes back to his not very good hockey,
yeah,
Toronto doesn't stand a chance. Um, I'm hopping on the bandwagon. I'm going full on Florida Panthers. I mean, I'm here in South Florida now,
yeah. You gotta.
so we're gonna ride with them. Um, Great energy down here. Um, but look, I think the Panthers are gonna get it done. They're up 1-0. I do think they'll drop some games, so I have Panthers in 6. Um, but I think the Panthers found something. I think they just have too many star players that were just slept on. Ekblad woke up. Forsling's a great, like the way that
Yeah,
they pair their D is so solid. Like you have Ekblad hopping up as that offensive defenseman, and then Forsling's kind of that stay at home.
Montour too.
Montour, he was a forward like a few years
Yeah,
ago,
yeah. He was
so he's
for the
buzzing on
Lightning or
forward.
something.
Sabers, I think,
Oh, yeah, Sabers.
and Anaheim. But no, he's buzzing. He's like the best offensive defenseman I think right now in the NHL in playoffs. And he's paired with Mark Stahl, I think, so he's a stay-at-home guy.
Yeah,
And then you got Gudas as like your number 5 guy who's just a bastard to play against. And like, I mean, don't even make me bring up the offense. Kachuk, Barkov, Verhege, Bennett, Duclair, Nick Cousins woke up, Reinhardt, Lundell. I mean, like, I can read off the whole roster. Look,
you're
this
the
team's deep.
you're the Florida spokesperson.
Yeah, I'm on the bad like Biz is on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm
Yeah.
Biz's worst nightmare. It's a great caption right there. Biz's worst
Hey,
nightmare. But did you see actually
sorry.
the anti-Leafs fans, the fans that go to every game with the other
Oh
jersey?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you see that?
That
That's
was
pretty funny.
great.
Did you see that they're not letting them in too? Like you have to be a U.S. citizen
Oh,
to
for the
go
Panthers
to
games?
yeah the Panther games. They should make it Canadian only then for Toronto. Then I mean,
Yeah.
who the hell is gonna come from Florida though?
Well, actually,
No one.
there's a lot of Toronto people that come down here for the winters.
Yeah, definitely. That's why they had to do it.
So they might have dual citizenship. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see. But no, buzzing. Great atmosphere down here.
Yep.
Might have to get boots on the ground. We'll see how much tickets are, but
We want a vlog.
that'd be crazy. If not, we'll do a bar. Maybe I'll fly down to Florida and we'll do like a host a bar or something. That'd be
That
pretty
would be
sick.
great. That would be amazing. If they go
Um,
deep.
yeah, maybe next round I could coordinate out some bars, get like the beer league guys down, or we could host. A lot of the rinks down here have bars. We could probably do
Live,
like a
yeah, do a little live stream too.
yeah, that'd be sweet. So yeah, let's jump right into the next series. We've got Kraken versus Maple Leaf
Stars.
Stars. Wow. I definitely have less to say here. Haven't been watching as much West Coast hockey. So if you want to start us off, that'd be sweet.
It's gonna be a very wild series as well. Some very tough games. Joe Pavelski 4 goal game. Love to see that. Comes back in the lineup right away. I mean, he probably was like very well rested and stuff and was ready to go. But like 4 goals for like a vet. What is he? He's almost like 40 almost. I mean,
38
scored.
years old.
Yeah, and he's putting up 4 goals. Is congrats to him. And this is gonna be a great series though. I really think so.
100%. No, I
Um,
think
on my prediction, that was Seattle in 6, right?
you had um yeah, Seattle in 6.
Yeah, that's what I think for that series. What do you
What's
think?
Seattle up 1-0 right now?
No, actually, are they?
I think they
Um,
are. I'll double check right now. But either way, yeah, Seattle won an OT game one.
yeah. Oh yeah, they won in overtime.
But no, I mean, look, I think it's gonna be a great series. I think it's two teams with great depth. I
Yeah,
just think there's more firepower for the Stars. I think Ottinger's the better goalie. And I just think there's more depth on the Stars team that they're gonna be able to come away. But I think it's gonna be an unreal series. I
yeah,
mean, Sagan woke up. Pavelski's playing out of his mind. Robo's still there. Uh, Rupe Hintz.
yep.
Um, Heiskanen. There's just so much depth there that I think the Stars will
Domi.
pull away in 7.
Max Domi had 4 assists. I mean, 3 assists last game. I mean,
Jeez.
that's what they need. I mean, but look at Seattle's just like they have like the most like all around scores. But Jorgsgaard scores, Eberle scores, Jordan Schwartz scores. Like they're just all
McCann.
around team. Like I feel like they're like one of the Panthers, where like they're just like an all around team. Like they can get it done, and they show a lot of heart. That's what we need in the playoffs. Some
Yeah.
heart.
All right. Guess we'll see.
Yep.
Um,
Wait, who do you
I mean,
have for that series?
I got Stars in 7.
All right. So we're opposite
Yep. And then we
again.
got yeah. Wow. We might be opposite for everything except for Oilers. I don't know. But let's jump to
Okay.
the Devils Hurricanes.
Oh, hate this series so much as a Ranger fan. It actually hurts me.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I think the Devils are kind of buzzing. The Hurricanes
Yeah.
definitely are favored. Um, I just really don't know with if the Hurricanes, since they're damaged and missing so many key players, if they have what it takes to get it done all 4 games. I know they're
Yeah.
up 1-0, but that doesn't mean shit.
No, it doesn't.
So ultimately, I think Devils in 7. I just think it's a long game. It's not like an NFL where it's one game. In one game, I think well, the Hurricanes would have won it, but I think long term, I think the Devils are just gonna chip away at it. They probably should have a little wake up call, same way they did in the first series, and they're gonna get it done in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I don't agree with it that they'll win. I mean, I'm only saying that because I'm a Ranger fan, and I definitely don't want to see the Devils win. But they are a very deep team, and I thought whoever pulled away from the Rangers Devils series is probably going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. because of the Bruins losing. I mean, you didn't expect that, and I mean they. You really think about it, the Bruins played like the best team in the NHL for multiple games. It's still lost.
Yeah.
That's literally just playoffs, though. Like every game is different, every play is different, everything, and that's just what you love to. That's why I truly think NHL playoffs are the best out of every single one.
Yeah.
I mean, NBA is good. I'll watch. I mean, because the Knicks are doing amazing, but I mean, the pace of play, like everything is just amped up by like 20%, and you love to see that.
And in the NBA, you could have like one star player just take over the game, whereas
Yeah,
like McDavid could do a lot, but he can't take over the game. Like even
can't do it
Draisaitl,
all.
4 goals, like an
But
absolute.
like three of them were just like setups. Like three of them were just one timers that like literally my grandma could have scored. Like not
And they
anyone
didn't
could do.
win. He scored
Yeah,
4 and they still didn't win. Same with Pavelski, 4 goals and they lost 5-4.
great comeback that series, that game too. I mean, that's truly going to be dogfights this whole series. I guess this is why you make the playoff format like it is now, so that you get some really good dogfights. But like, it's
Hmm.
gonna kill players. It's really gonna make some injuries
Yeah,
in the long term. For like when they get to the cup, like whoever
yeah,
does come out.
yeah. It's a longevity game. But let's
Um,
jump to
Oh, my
Oilers.
prediction. Yeah,
Oh,
my prediction first. Canes in six because fuck the Devils. Truly
like it. I think I have Devils in 7. I
seven.
think.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's jump Oilers Golden Knights. I think it's another electric series, high scoring. Golden Knights are up 1-0,
yeah,
but the Oilers are just they're a wagon. Draisaitl 4 goals the next night after Pavelski's 4 goals.
yep.
Just headline after headline.
That's the first time in like 60 years that's happened too. That like there was back to back goals, four goal scorers. Like that hasn't happened in so long. I think since
Yeah,
like this, like since like the '60s or something, or '70s.
jeez. So I think my gut prediction is I think Oilers gonna pull away, get it done in 7, but I think it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah, it is. Um, the things with Vegas is that they don't take penalties. They have the least amount of penalties in the season. This whole season, as a team, I mean, they understand that McDavid and Draisaitl can knock it loose on the power play, which is something that the Kings didn't, and they lost because of it. I mean, but like Vegas just needs to understand that this has to be go through not the power play 5v5 hockey and keep McDavid contained. Like that's about it. That's all you can do.
Just discipline hockey will get it done. No,
And
I think we got a
yeah,
bunch of good series.
what do you have for that one? Oh, you said
Uh,
Oilers.
Oilers in 7.
I think Oilers in six. I think I said six.
All
But
right.
also I saw Eichel. I mean, if Eichel is going to defend McDavid the whole game, I saw Eichel stripped him for that empty netter.
Damn, I didn't even see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Eichel
the
had
end of the game.
that's right. Yeah,
And
I
Mark
think it's gonna
Stone with a huge goal to get them in the lead at the end. I think it was 5-4 when he scored.
Stoner.
I mean, he is huge to their lineup. Like it really shows the long term injured list. I mean, just take them right off. Don't worry about the salary for the playoffs and play some hockey. And
Yeah,
he's ready to go. He's
I
well
agree.
rested and ready to go and all around. This
I
will
think
be a
that
great series, though.
hell yeah. But yeah, any last thoughts before we kind of wrap it up?
I don't know. This is going to be a great second round as well. I'm excited to see where this goes, and I'm excited to see where our predictions are.
Yeah, I'm gonna post that after this. But otherwise, appreciate you listening to this point and
Yep.
have a great NHL playoffs.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.